we have from Malaysia, Chiranjit Prabhu. We're looking forward to hearing from you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dear Sri Prabhupada, this is my most respectful, humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. So usually, most of the temples and devotees in Malaysia are very busy organizing Ratha Yatras throughout the country. Every year in Malaysia, we will hold 7 to 8 Ratha Yatras, and these are all organized by the local temples. But this year, last year, due to the pandemic, we were not able to hold any Ratha Yatras. And due to the timely intervention of Vaisheshika Prabhu, who reached out to us and reminded us of the Prabhupada Marathon, we started reorganizing the whole yatra in the country to gear them towards book distribution. Unfortunately, we started a bit late, and we were not able to harmonize and really got everyone together. Neither could we get everyone together to make a pledge to set up a goal. But nevertheless, 12 temples participated, and many devotees also took part in various capacities. Some of the highlights was that on Jayanti, Gita Jayanti Day, we distributed many sets of Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamritas. Quite a number of them were sponsored as Shastradan to be given away to schools and individuals. It was also very heartening to see the congregation been very creative to find various means to go out and distribute books, despite the government policies, flip-flopping policies of lockdown, restrictions, and then unlocking and unlocking. So they have to maneuver around that. So they went to door. Some were setting up book tables, and also some youth on their own initiative, they've created online websites and are getting orders for your books every day. And I would like to also highlight that your granddaughter, disciple, Malini Priti Devidasi, despite having a full-time job, she's a great inspiration and very, very dedicated together with her mother. Every free moment they're out door to door, and in the marathon, they set up the book table outside some Krishna temples. Rain or shine, they were out there distributing your books. Very exemplary. Srila Prabhupada, I remember met a few decades back when I was new Bhakta in the Bhakta program. The Bhakta leader was teaching us that to please Krishna, the best way and easiest way is to please the spiritual master. And on another occasion, he was telling us how you were very sick and could leave the body anytime, but you're very, very pleased by the book distribution result. So it kind of clicked in my head that pleasing the spiritual master is the easiest way to please Krishna, and to please the spiritual master and pleasing you is to distribute your books. So over the years, I've dedicated my life to distribution and also organizing, but somehow in recent years, I have gone into hibernation. So I really, really have to thank Vaisheshika Prabhu for reaching out and igniting this dormant desire. So our goal for this year is to organize a team, leadership team of book distributors, especially amongst the youth, and with a bit of experience from the veterans, to learn everything they can in the various ways of distribution, and to also go out and inspire and teach devotees in different temples in the art of book distribution. So we want every men, all young, youth, Matajis, kids, children, to get caught up in the fire of books distribution, because this is our family business, book distribution. So for this year, this is our humble offering from Malaysia. 12 temples participated. We did 43 Srimad Bhagavatam sets, 12 Chaitanya Charitamrita sets, 3,343 Bhagavad Gitas, 605 Maha Big Books, 213 big books, 68 medium books, 2,345 small books, and 41 magazines. So we offer this, Sri Prabhupada, your lotus feet for your pleasure. And we pray, please bless us in our humble effort to continue expanding this family business of book distribution. Hare Krishna.
Malaysia Yatra Ki Jai. Thank you so much, Chiranjit Prabhu, the venerable Sankirtan warrior. This is amazing results that you got. And we're looking forward to having a connection with you coming up this year and years to come as we work together all over the world. Thank you so much. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Vaisheshika Prabhu, actually, I was going to reach out to how we can organize a Zoom meeting maybe next week at your convenience, so I can get some of the leaders so we can address them and kickstart our team.
We're ready to go, right? All right.
We're ready to go.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Okay. So we've heard from some of the devotees, and now I'll show you a few graphics so that we can get an idea what it looks like on the map. And I'm going to share my screen for a second. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. So really, this is a celebration. It's the best kind of celebration we can have, is that we cooperated, because it's the hardest thing to do, especially in Kali Yuga for some reason. There's a special energy in the air where things always go haywire. But when we have a common cause and we feel it in our hearts, and I felt it tonight, everyone offering to Srila Prabhupada, when we put him in the center and we offer to his lotus feet, then we feel united, and we are united. Book distribution is so good for that. It is so good for us in the movement. So this is a great celebration. I mean, we'll never forget this. We did it all together. We did it during a pandemic, and it was huge all over the world. So it really, what a great time to celebrate. I'm just so honored to be with such devotees as yourselves who put your life and soul into this project, and look forward to working with you more. So that was the branding. And we noticed when we put the branding out, everyone wanted to see where they were on the map. And we're all in the same globe, but in different areas. So this cooperation for the greater good actually works. And I think it is the main theme that Prabhupada brought up again and again when he talked about bhakti. He said it means cooperation. Many of you read all of you read such nice quotations from Srila Prabhupada. And this is another famous one. It's obviously something that bears repeating, and us being reminded of how pleased he was to hear the scores. So that's why we feel so happy when we present the scores on these days also, because we're watering the root, we're pleasing our Acharya. Live Give campaign. As you all know, we shot for the 2 million mark. It was actually a shot heard around the world. I had people calling me, or incidentally, I'd be talking to someone and they'd say, what about this 2 million Gitas? How's it even possible? And the answer is always the same: by working together. A lot of devotees, each doing a little bit, everyone doing their part, whatever we can do around the planet. And the pandemic brought us together for this, and we're going to stay together. Here's what it looked like over in Oceania. And the results you can see on the map, the various centers. And each one of those, you see a number. And yeah, it's a number. But actually, if you think, like with the Bhakti Center here, 500, there's 500 Gitas in various homes, cars, people's offices right now. And then you look at the other numbers and you imagine what that does to each individual when the book goes into their home. So this is a campaign really to re-spiritualize the world. And it is possible through book distribution. The books are containers that carry spiritual seeds that will grow and gradually give people an opportunity to have a philosophy that they can hold on to that takes them back to Godhead. Here's the Far East. We see Japan, Thailand, Malaysia. One thing I notice about these maps, yes, it stands out, the places where the devotees got together, cooperated, and the results show. But we also see a lot of area where there's opportunity for those who wish to be pioneers and start developing other areas by reaching out. So that, like in the Far East, we might see maybe dozens or hundreds of these little dots with numbers by them in the next marathon, 2021, coming up. Why not, right? We've got lots of room to grow. And guess what, everybody? We beat the 2 million mark. And this is our being very, very careful and conservatively counting around the world. The devotees have been working overtime, contacting every region of the world to find out how everyone did, making sure they verified twice, 3 times, and so forth. 250, excuse me, we had, I can't see above this, sorry, 55 countries and 250 plus. What does that say above there, Shami?
Communities.
Oh, communities, sorry. Okay, 250 communities, that's a lot. And 55 countries, 2 million, wait for it, 2,168,502 Bhagavad Gitas distributed for the Live to Give campaign. Haribol. And here's a look at the, you can see the whole planet, what it looks like. North America, Latin America, Europe, Africa, Middle East, India, Far East, and Oceania, altogether over 2 million Bhagavad Gitas distributed for just for the Live to Give campaign. I know I'm hearing behind muted mics a collective roar. Hare Krishna. So take a second to take in that number. I would like you to, like just in the last couple of days, Amrita Katha's father was helping a group of devotees load the new Bhagavad Gitas, and I saw, you know, what 10,000 look like, 12,000 Bhagavad Gitas going into a storage. It's significant, but what about 2 million? Think what that looks like stacked up in a football stadium somewhere. It's so impactful to the whole planet. And here is our next campaign that is starting right away and culminating on Gaur Purnima. It's called Be a Gardener. Sow the seeds of bhakti. And of course, right away means February 1st, and Gaur Purnima is March 28th. And here are the particulars. We are going to, for this marathon, I'll show you those in a second. We are going to be increasing, as our goal, the MSFs. MSF stands for Monthly Sankirtan Festival. So we'll be doing several training programs so that devotees can learn how to start a monthly Sankirtan festival in their local communities. And the theme, the mood of this next marathon is nurturing. We're not putting heavy numbers or big push like we did, because we need a little breathing room, don't we? Right now, you need a little breathe, a little air. So this is not a heavy marathon. It's a very beautiful marathon. It's about nurturing. Actually, I'm not even going to call it marathon. It's a campaign, really, and it's dedicated to nurturing our own gardens of bhakti and sharing the seeds of bhakti with others. So just think about taking time to nurture your own garden by hearing and chanting. And our goals, here are the goals: to celebrate the beautiful gift of Chaitanya Charitamrita, and to increase the number of MSFs organized around the world. We're finding that this is one of the most effective ways to spread the Krishna conscious movement, is to have a fun festival in the community so everyone wants to participate. Right, Jessica? Fun for the whole family? She knows. She's the ambassador of fun in Toronto. So what is the Chaitanya Charitamrita? Well, once when two godbrothers of mine were together, one of them had started a business selling rasgullas and other Bengali sweets. And he told Prabhupada that I started a business to selling Bengali sweets. And the other devotee was there. He had been selling Chaitanya Charitamritas. And Prabhupada pointed to the book distributor and he said, he is selling the real Bengali sweets. Prabhupada put his life and soul into making sure that the Chaitanya Charitamrita was published in record time. And it is such a beautiful book. It's a golden color. And when people take that book into their homes, there's something very, very special about it. It's the most esoteric and rare spiritual book in the world. And somehow or other we have it. And so during this little niche during the year, between February 1st and the Gaur Purnima, we have an opportunity to glorify Chaitanya Charitamrita by reading it more, by talking about it. We're going to have special sessions coming up, world sessions for devotees to learn about the CC. And we'll have devotees who are there for the marathon for printing it come and talk about the history. We're also going to have some of the artists come on and talk about painting for it, and some of those who worked on translating and editing it and so forth, to remember how important the CC is in our life, as well as those who are well acquainted with it to talk about the philosophy. So this is what's coming up, and I'm going to share one more time just to show you the flyers that are available for this campaign. So again, a look at the flyer: be a gardener, sow the seeds of bhakti. And it's really about promoting the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and no big heavy numbers, but you can set your own goals locally, depending on whether you have Chaitanya Charitamrita sets or not, to distribute them. And here are some of the dates for the MSF, again, means Monthly Sankirtan Festival trainings, called Every Town and Village. Bring the magic of MSF to your community on Sunday, February 14th and Sunday, February 21st. And you see the times there. And it looks like I'm going to be there because I'm on the flyer. Okay, and then here's one for Oceania on March 21st, 6 p.m. PDT. We did it. Can you believe it? We're continuing the celebrations around the world. Tomorrow, we are going to start at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. India time, and 3:30 European time. And anybody who would like to join us to continue the celebration and hear from the various other centers around the world, please do. Please tune in. We'll end tonight with a special prayer that, dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please empower us in our next marathon and throughout this year. Please help us to glorify the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita in our Be a Gardener campaign. And so people all over the world can know about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And please let us work together throughout 2021 to please you and expand the book distribution in the Sankirtan movement. Thank you for considering our request. I thank Shamohini Ananukul Seva for putting together all of these programs and for making them work, and all the leaders who joined us tonight. What a glorious night. We'll never forget this. Gaur Premanande Haribo. Everyone who believes in the efficacy of that prayer I just made in part or in whole, please unmute and say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Gaur Premanande Haribo.
Haribo.
Vishnupada Kripa Sindhudeva Cha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Koti Vaishnavi Ki Jai.
Jai.